Well, hello, we are back, and, well, let's just say we've got ourselves. I don't want to do that. Don't want to enter cinematic, but how to put this simply? We have our usual, just shy of 5 mil, about 50,000 off ish of orcs, in multiple big groups. In sections of roughly a million, so we lost 50,000 of these buildings in front of us. But we have a 1 million section here, with a 1 million section there, another building shits behind it, and same there. So, these orcs will be partially running for this city, and charging through, being funneled through mainly, and we'll see what happens to them, but they'll have to get through the entire city, or go around it, along with depending on how well their pathing works. And I've set currently, if I remember do it working to make sure the back group moves, is we have a small legion of about 1,000 Roman generals, about a 40,000 section of soldiers, and in the back there's about 400,000. Not 400,000, about 100,000-ish archers, was it? There's a few thousand archers basically behind. So basically these are on guard. So hopefully these guys will spread out when they start getting attacked, and the archers should be covered. And for backup, we have about 400,000 ish, I think. It says million, so it might be 4 million or 40 million. I might have misspelled the Roman Legion here. Let me double check the counting. It is 4 million. Might have spawned in too many Romans than I intended. So, this battle's more epic than I intended, but we have, let's just say, a fair old whack of them. This battle's probably a bit bigger than I intended, so part of the Roman forward guard force must survive until its reinforcements arrive to counter. By then the Orcs will be well entrenched and into the city, so let the battle commence. Okay, they're moving, it's good. These guys are holding. They're moving in waves. I think if I want to attack, I'll have to check after this, but the Roman legions are holding strong, as the Orcs will now tear straight through the city in ever speeding pace. And some already injured. Ah, they're falling off buildings. So the Orcs should hopefully rush and buzz the forward guard Roman unit, and then hopefully not die too much to then take out the Roman reinforcements. But we are losing Orcs rapidly being killed apparently. And the kills are going to the Romans. How are they killing? Is it archers? Or is it just general Orcs are dying kind of thing? So let's check on the Roman wall. May not actually be moving, but they are moving, I think. As much as these are moving. So they've got to cover that distance, while these first million Orcs are close enough to be here. So I think this is going to be a clash of titans almost of the first wave of. Basically, if these Orcs are hyper aggressive, hyper successful, the Orcs have a chance of winning this. But the Romans also have a greater equal. It's quite an equal battle really. But the Roman generals are loose and they are off guard. They are coming charging in. Taking out the first set of Orcs, piling in now from this one faction. And here goes the other section with the rest of the legions. Oh, these are still footmen. Whoops. I haven't changed the faction well. Some footmen along with the Romans. Might have got to change certain legions. Or one, well, it's one army group. Apologies, I sneezed. And, yeah. So I've got to change one legion, but it's a bunch of footmen. Probably a slightly more realistic legion of Romans, so a bunch of volunteers take on this Hawk army. So the Roman generals being the mainline spear of this defense force, this guarding force, and are these guys on hold? They might be, or they are, because they are not. I have some army. Imagine some army issues here. Yeah, these guys are on hold. This was a mistake on my part, but I did quickly throw this together for fun. So, whoops. This actually might work because we're going to have the generals holding the front, the footmen filling out here, holding the line. This Roman legion definitely was not on hold; it's on guard. So they've gone out to fill out this entire section. The archers are raining down arrows. The field has been absolutely drenched in blood. It's not blood; it's just brown. I think the Roman legion is moving in the back here. Oh, it's very slow. No, they are moving, so the reinforcements are... Well, they are moving at some pretty good pace. The entire backline archer units are also not on hold, so they've been some backline units, but this entire Roman army is slowly widening out to hold a wider and wider front guard line, so eventually they will thin out, and the Orcs, with ever great numbers, will outflank and outmaneuver. Well, to be fair, saying the Orcs lost a few in the beginning from falling off buildings, and the kills went to the Romans, it is quite an even battle, really. I'm still a bit ill, so I'm like sounding weird to myself. I'm going, am I talking right? Is it me? Is it my nose? So I do apologise if I'm sounding a touch weird. Probably been listening to myself a little bit too much, so. Yeah, so. Roman archers here on the front lines, they've been absolutely gutted. But unfortunately, this entire square of Romans is on hold. I could probably manually move them. But this seems to actually be more efficient numbers-wise, because as you can see, the front man's gone out, the archer gone out. And they seem a lot more thinner than the original. This may be an interesting buying tactic. The generals are still alive, a bit into one with the footmen, holding out sporadically in sections, and all here, nice and chill. Sort of piling on this ridge here. Is this a body pile or? Actually, yeah, it's a body pile. Jesus Christ, I thought it was a natural ridge line, but nope. But it's probably a natural hill line, but the body pile already. The amount of archers probably super helping the Roman frontline units here. Oh god, here comes it in the sidelines now, as I didn't think this was going to happen so quickly, but the reinforcing Romans have met up with the front guard units. The archers may have melee support very soon, as they are slowly overwhelming this line of Romans and then encircling them as reinforcements compiling. And this is actually well timed on this front. Check out the other side as a clash of titans happening there. The Orcs are slightly piling in here, but some more footmen are going to come to fill in the gaps. On this side of things, the Orcs and the Romans of the reinforcement line have met. The Archers unfortunately being a weak flank as the actual pile of Romans on this hill. So, Jesus Christ, the Orcs have really started marching across. And I'm meeting up slowly in this absolute grand battle. More Romans are piling in, these archers being quite airy. So unfortunately for the Orcs, they've got an entire city to bypass. But they are gently keeping numbers high across this front line. And oh my god, the sea of Romans from this angle. As this entire front line, been a bit delayed if it's been lake in the way, all comes clashing into this map-long line of bodies. We might be here for a while. $5 million Orcs and 4 million Romans. It's absolute blood. The sheer amount of arrows. Truly Roman discipline. Kind of, I guess. It's just a meat pile already. It is just immense. See an actual like ridge line forming across this battle line. Quite a few footmen still alive. Not as many at the beginning. I think we've really gone through them. And there's already a small pile of, is it a pond? A natural little pond that's already turning red. Partway through, but the Orcs once again have found the break. This was an archer line here. And the footmen have also broken through here, so this was unfortunately the end of the footmen, I think. They're being encircled, and this is the holding Roman Legion. This is one of the beginning ones that have generally probably survived alright, according to how square the shape it still is. Surprisingly, they've held out. But if these Orcs start blitzing across this pond, they will be... Well, it's nothing, right? They will be generally getting the archers pretty good, but they also in direct archer limelight, so they will be gutted. Some Roman legions are squeezing through now the archer lines from the back to reinforce this gap in the lines. God, these are Orcs. These are Orcs. This is the Roman line, this is the square, this is the reinforcing Romans, which are seriously pushing in this awkward hill battle. And this rock, they're forming a line here, and Jesus Christ. By the kill counts, it seems the Romans have actually got a fair bit higher, further ahead. But the Orcs have more numbers, I can probably take a few more losses. This entire front line is a small ridge line of Romans and Orcs. Ever getting wider and wider. As the line welds itself further and further together, the bell keeps going off. It keeps going past. So yeah, potentially the Orcs have a better flanking position because the Romans are being drawn in sooner. So, and the Orcs are, from the long run, are a lot more spread out, while the Romans are one large unit. So the Romans are more organised as a big fleet. However, the Orcs are a little bit thinner. but more delayed. I mean, you can see how this lines keep welding itself together. The Orcs are clearly more spaced out, so it is a question of when will this unit over here meld itself, potentially to get around and surround part of this line. And I say surround in the loosest terms. "15 minutes have passed on the clock. Well, how about 50 minutes now, to be fair, but we're already at 200,000 kills for the Romans and 100,000. That's 300,000 dead. This may be a longer, drawn out blood. I mean, the fight on this bloody tree. You cannot see the ground from the ocean of bodies, and these bodies are alive. I wonder if the Orcs are winning here on the hill a little bit, because they're a bit higher up. Seems to be taking the advantage. Same here, they seem to be at least holding some of the Romans here, clearly watching. As this ridge line is see mostly Roman on top, so the Orcs are filling out this. This is we're back to the original square, as you see. Holding Wellish. Some footmen still alive, but the reinforcing Romans have filled in. Archers absolutely gunning as much as they can down. They are literally, this is the breakthrough. This is the original breakthrough I was on about. As soon as the Orcs get through this, it is a killing field for them. Well, in more ways than one, because they're going to start blitzing through this now. Because unfortunately, there's no melee units there, which means these Romans are being slightly surrounded. Well, this ain't interesting. The reinforcing Romans have not quite refilled this, so this front line could collapse in on itself against the hordes. And Jesus Christ, this is some of the original battle lines, because it's got a bloody mountain in the way now of bodies. Let's just fly along this. Got here with this big oak tree here with a literal puddle of blood. Still some archers coming over. There's only one unit of archers. They were quite large, they were. Absolutely holding this ridge line. Well, I say ridge line, they've created the ridge line, but it seems the Orcs are the faster unit, but the Romans got to the middle quicker of how they funneled. And this is what I was on about from the other side, but the Orcs, with a wider field, because the Romans were funneling into the middle, are now starting to be getting a flanking route where the back lines will be filled up. So the Orcs being a lot more wider spread out, and the millions broken up more, have more of a chance to wrap around and potentially surround the Romans in sections. So that's that line. It's a bit, what was it? A bit epileptic, I might have to put a warning on this. But you see that the entire front line is slightly hard with all this pixelization. Hopefully it doesn't compress too badly in YouTube, but this ain't gonna look, I mean, it doesn't look brilliant for me, for the sheer amount of noise. But as you can see, we fly over this way. Because if I'm seeing this correctly, the Romans are still piling in here. So this is some of the back lines. This is a small town that's holding them back. So let's check on the kill count. It's currently, I think, 600,000 killed. And the Romans are losing by the body count. So this entire section of battle is here, stalemating. I want to check on the flank. And it's curved back in. Like I said, the Orcs are going to be flanking around up this hill. But the Orcs, because of this sheer distance they've covered, are being counterflanked now. So, as more and more Orcs run up, they have to widen out for the Romans are doing the same, so quite interesting. The other flank seems to be not going so well, but there are, as you see, going to be a counter pocket almost here, because as more Orcs pile in finally. The line hasn't settled yet, but it may run back on itself. As here we're going to get a breakthrough, I think, of the Romans. So we'll have to see how isolating this gets. But no, I think the Orcs have finally filled it in. So there could have been a chance of a encirclement here almost. But I think it will just keep going wider and wider. But this is truly a thin line, but it's being filled up enough, I think. As this main horde fills in. So slowly being filled in. But it's a bulge pocket, really. It is quite interesting how it's shaped. You can just see the thick line of bodies in the middle. Let's try and see where the original starting point was. I can't quite remember. Was it here? No, it was. No, it was nowhere near it yet. Jesus Christ! How wide is this battlefield? The fact is, the Romans have killed almost twice as well, potentially twice as much as the Orcs have. But the Orcs have got a good 750,000 on the Romans. Ooh, the hill seems to be doing well. Oh God, Jesus Christ! The blood in this pile here, Jesus Christ! It's like, huh? There's a actual chance of drowning in blood here. And is it like a body dam, do you think? Holding some of this in. Yep. All these Orcs, they're all just sitting in pools of blood. I mean, there's an entire bridge here, but we come down here, there's actually a couple of bodies. But the sheer amount of liquid has gone almost torrent of blood. I mean, some are literally just running underwater here. This is some of the original lines, but I think there's still archers alive here, but is this where they've been pushing? It's a weird... It's original square... Here? So the first square of Romans must have died, the one that didn't move, or is this him? No, it's moving Romans. This must be the right flank of archers when you face them. No, it's up here, there we go. Because this is where the archers were in melee, and then I think the other Romans came in to help clean it up. Oh no, this must be the original square of Romans, because they're not running or walking. Jesus Christ. fighting in a waist-high amount of blood. It is amusing. About millions died already. 25 minutes in. So what, 2 hours? Hopefully it speeds up with more fighting at one time. A drowning issue. The Orcs are technically taller than the Romans, so the Orcs could probably survive fighting in higher conditions of water. Ooh, this is a bit interesting. We've got a bit of a counter bulge here. And because these Romans aren't being really as refilled as packed as tight, we're going to have like a counter. I mean, the city's still filling out. I mean, they're trying to avoid. Gradually filling up this was another lake of blood, or bloody water, whatever it is technically. Was there a pond, or is it all just blood, which it might be? Because there is fairly big piles of blood pooling in places. And because the Orcs have been fighting typically uphill, has fallen more on their side. I think there's going to be something down here very soon, after the blood's, as you can see, it's piling up there a bit. On this side it's going this way actually. So what is this flank doing? Because the sharp curve is still here. And they're starting to ridgeline like the other sides have been. Bit of blood pooling there. Now this is interesting. The Orcs are losing the flank again? As the entire Orc army that came from the outsides of... So it's a city chokehold that's what keeping some of the Orcs back. Interestingly enough. I mean, some are coming over to help, but the Orcs probably can't really afford being counterflanked here. Which is why these guys are coming to try and hold them off. Because this is quite interesting. We could be looking at a... Oh my god, they're breaking through. They're breaking through here as well. Oh god. Some aggro has been taken off the Orcs, but this entire Orc line is basically fumbled on itself. I mean, there's plenty of Orcs now piling back in to reform the line. But as you see on the floor, the original line is sort of, you know, of 10 meters. And it still hasn't properly reformed in places. There's still enough of a breakthrough where this is quite not a good place for an Orc to fight. So it depends how much this collapses in on itself. Quite interesting how thick the Roman line is, how thin the Orc line is here, because it's not actually going to get any real big reinforcements, because all the Orcs have been funneling around this way into the middle. So this side could actually potentially lead to a Roman counter rotate and victory potentially. Blood on the piling here. Yeah, there's still absolute stupid amounts of Romans. I can actually hear blood flowing at waist height. As this entire section, as you can see in them when you zoom up, you've got sections of blood pools where they are fighting. I mean, this is quite a big one here. I think this was a natural pull white, it's still a bit bluey. I mean, some Orcs will be drowning in here. but it is pretty brutal over here because this is a body one. Of Romans though, so there's a lot of Romans down there. I think this is some of the original ones because our footmen are here. And there's some archers somewhere, I heard them. Oh yeah, the archers are being brutalized here. So I think we may be losing the last part of archers. Some still big detachment of archers here. Intermingled, so this is probably the original front line. This is a big, fairly another big pool of blood. This probably now runs back off to the newer sections of the flanks. I mean, the hills kind of suggested that the Orcs are winning because it's no longer peaking as high. So is this a steady Orc push? Because the Orcs are cresting and pushing. As I flag a bunch of Orcs by one-handed. Because this is quite high, this is peaking, so it's just a bit of an even bout, but is it a slower attrition? I mean, there's a lot of blood here. Not as thick as some other places, but it's piling up. Yeah, like yeah, it's a bit of random. Are the Romans losing slowly? I mean, the numbers suggest. Well, T1's killing more Orcs, but still the Orcs can actually take the casualties, but a 600,000 difference, roughly, give or take, a couple 10,000 odd. Quite interestingly here, we can see the Orcs have lost this flank as well. So the battle here, it's obviously gone round, and it's... I suggested the Orcs were going to win the flank by the guests, but it seems they funneled tighter in when they got closer. Which means the Romans, unless there's a bit of an Orc breakthrough here that cuts these boys off, we're looking at potentially a Roman counterflank on this flank as well. I mean, some will get pulled away to refill it, but most are slowly filtering in this way, which is being cut off here, quite thin. Though the Orcs have given it a pretty good go and are holding it for now. I think unfortunately there's just too many Orcs in this section to truly collapse it so quickly. The fact that this will be geographical now of this battle line. I mean, still plenty of Orcs. I mean, we've seen the Romans. How are the Orcs in the city still coming out? Is this every single Orc off the field now in this big pile? No, they're still filtering in from the main city area. I think all the rapid Orcs we've got, these are the some of the last bits of the boys. I think we're probably about, well, some Romans have killed 1 million personally, the Orcs have killed 80 odd, 800,000. But with the archers, generals, and the footmen, any difference in the fighting units of the Romans have changed. Now it's Orc to per Roman soldier, and like here, are someone going to drown? There's some archers left here. And the Orcs are still almost encircling almost. Like a crucible of blood is held here. Is it damned by bodies? I don't... I mean, there's some blood here, but could very well be a man-made dam of blood. Oh god. I mean, especially if these units can't keep filling in with Roman soldiers, but they're getting some in, which is buying the archers some time, but like here, they are getting gutted at a rate. I mean, you can clearly see the Orcs have been pushing here because they are climbing down their own body pile there. So, this is potentially an Orc breakthrough point. I mean, this is very much mad because this is quite deep. The fact the Orcs don't really want to stand in it, because I mean, they're almost drowning in places. I mean, I think it's probably some are dying. Are some actually dying in here? I mean, this the amount of blood here is. We zoom up. That's what they're sitting in, which is mad. It's quite interesting how some parts they do push, some parts they don't push as well. There's still archers alive. Problem is they're on guard so they can move. So the fact is, are they keeping the distance and slowly pushing back the Orcs, or is this some of the original lines? Because it's quite a square thing. I keep forgetting. It's so all the same. You don't know where you are exactly. But I mean, the fact there's archers here and there's archers over. Well, there were archers that might have died now, but there were literally archers over here in this vast difference of well, there ain't many. It is mad. But I think I did place the original army blocking this, so this fact is actually it's not as much as you'd think. I mean, these are pretty big mountains, so these are probably. I mean, it's still green grass. Ah, the original Archer Storm. So this is where the Roman kills are going well. So perhaps this strategy of Roman walls and archers are slightly holding off. It's kind of in waves, as you can see. Which means the Orcs are actually pushing. Because you can kind of see the waves and ripples of body piles, and Roman reinforcements are moving to the right. So it's getting quite thin here, really. I mean, it's plenty to fill in, but quite interesting. Oh god, look at this. They're walking around it now. Oh my god. This seems to be affecting the Orcs the worst, because they do have quite a few of these random lakes, but also it's a good defense if they don't drown in it like this. How turbulent it is here. And this is mad, they're literally fighting uphill, half drenched. I mean, the Romans took this hill, so the Romans are clearly winning here, because Jesus Christ. But they have got some archer support from the distance. And there's shit tons of archers here. I think the archers have been quite clever. You kind of see where they are, but they've kind of somehow survived, darted, spread out a bit, backpedaled. There's so much to look at and so little to understand. I was trying to like focus on iconic trees when I was going past originally, but I mean, like, you can see here the Orcs are pushed because they've gone up a hill, down a hill, then I'll get back up there climbing a hill they've made with body piles. I think this tree was important at one point. I know this one definitely was. This featureless landscape of just bodies of piles of people. I think that might be the tree I was talking about before. And the Orcs are definitely pushing places. Because it's got, well, it's quite even here really. Ooh. This is interesting. As I said, with the flanks, the Orcs aren't actually winning that, and they've been pushed back. I mean, it's been a bloody up climb for the Romans, but by Jove, I think they've, well, they're not flanked, but they're doing quite well. Because this means more units are being slightly pulled away from this section, so this is easier to break through. So, I mean, there's no more reinforcements this way, so it's all coming from that direction. And the Romans, well, they're also thinning out themselves here, but more rotating around. But this is the interesting part. The Romans have got a two-front blockade and funneling people around. So this section of Orcs, that's all they're going to get. Oh, more piling away from here. So this is where is this going to reband, or can they get more Romans around to keep filling up this line? I'm going to have like two different front lines here. But there's a tree in the way. But can the Romans do it? Can they keep funneling units around? It gets wider and wider as they keep pushing on this side. The question is, will the Orcs on this side pay attention and re-close the gap from the other side? But the line's reforming again. Quite interesting enough. It's also getting clear here. Are the Romans going to have a double breakthrough? Is this entire flank going to collapse? Because while the Orcs are piling back on here, well, definitely must be how the previous lines of Orcs collapse, as these Orcs are being surrounded slightly. Open this for more Romans to pile in to keep countering the Orcs piling in. It just feel like the Romans have a lot more of an organised battlefield formations than the Orcs. The Orcs running in very loose and pile up, while the Romans generally do feel like they come in organised. And these Orcs now are in a position where they don't want to be in, because they're getting surrounded and potentially hit twice as much as they were previously on the simple front line. I mean, these Orcs are like, oh yeah, let's counterflank this, and it's like fighting this, but you can see the lines and the bodies do not lie. I mean, this is a terrible loss for the Orcs in this section here, because there's quite a lot of men not doing a lot. I mean, the Romans are being spread thinner, but they're being reinforced more, and I mean, now the Orcs are pulling away here, creating a second line. If this here Orcs dies, these Romans come flanking around again, pulls more away from this, thins out this corner, so this is just going to slowly bleed, in theory, if the Romans are still holding, but I mean, it's still quite thin here, so there could be another collapse line, so this second line they've reformed could go again from the inside. Could go again from the outside if this section dies, but ooh, the Orcs are actually getting a little bit better. The refill line's cutting off because these sides are making it up, so the line's going to reform. Orcs are piling in, so the line could reform here. But the Romans have pushed greatly. I mean, like I said, you can see here the original lines branching out like tree branches almost. But the Romans are, ooh, they're done here. I mean, the Orcs are definitely running in from over here, but it's another collapse. It's partially reformed, partially not. Let's move along and check back in the middle and we'll go to the other side then. I mean, the Orcs are definitely doing alright in the middle here. Like I said, they're pushed up pretty well. Because they've kind of got like I said, the raised plateaus. Quite interesting here though. This puddle has allowed them to kind of hold this weirdly. So this weird late, the Romans have got sort of a uncontested front, so they are holding. Oh, the archers back here at some point. Yeah, the archers are still here. Still firing away. This entire section of Orcs is being littered with arrows as far back as here. So this isn't fully fresh Orc troops. These are weakened Orc troops. That's probably why the Romans are actually pushing so well. As the the Romans are resupplying, refunding men. And you can see we're seeing start at the bottom of this body pile here actually. And into this blood pit of Orcs, which is filled with Orcs actually. But this is the line where we thought they were going to break through, wasn't it? Oh, it's what's ever left of it. Because I think this is where it was previously. I mean, we're looking at 2 mil, basically 3 mil dead almost. On both sides. The Orcs still having, you know, what, 500,000 lead on the Romans in body count, but it was a little bit higher before. Oddly enough, they are still holding this mountain pretty well. It hasn't moved too much. In the waves, it's suggesting the Orcs are pushing. But the Orcs do seem a little bit faster, and I thought that just could be a speed thing. But it does look like the flanks are playing in the Roman hands, so if we go a bit quick. Another pull of bloody water appears. I presume this is drowning damage. So the Romans are losing numbers in this pit of slightly confusing water. That's a large puddle though. Like I said, the Orcs have got more though, so if that's drowning animations, the Orcs are naturally bleeding off a lot more than they could be. A big huge Orc reinforcement to the side here, so this just suggests there is shorter pathing somehow. And yes, a nice calm thin blood lake and huge piles of bodies of Orcs and Roman alike, and a little damming here going on along here. But this just suggests that the flanks are breaking down, and the Romans are, as I said, they do appear to be running slower, but in more organised formations to refill the gap. But the Orcs are actually coming in a large number here, so this could be another counter flank again. If the Orcs fill around, because the Romans seem to be quite thin here. I mean, some coming to reinforce, but slowly but surely. But once again, it's also another gap here where it's quite thin, so the Orcs, Like I said, the Orcs' flanks don't seem to be doing so well, because it does seem like the Romans have more numbers at play on the flanks. I mean, the kills suggest that they're about 200,000 down, more on kills, and I know the Romans have less to begin with. But by the looks of it, I know the thickness-wise, it is Roman. My vote is towards the Romans. Less remaining, but more across the field? I know there's a bunch of the city, but the city in... I don't know, I say city in here, but... being stuck in what might be an end goal of a two-front war. It's interesting. This video is going to go on for hours, it feels like. Jesus Christ, that wasn't my plan. Ooh, this is another interesting thing. Have the Romans counter-attacked here on this hill a bit? And then it's... I mean... it's practically geographic now, the... I mean, there's a road here, apparently. Ah, we're up to this point, this weird line thing. A bunch of Orcs drowning here. Surprised the Archers how far back they've actually gotten the lines. To the point where they are just like... well, they're almost going to be here, drowning, but... so it just does suggest the Orcs are absolutely massively deep in the field, actually, looking at this. I wonder the attrition rates there explains the divot. There's still an absolute bunch of Orcs piling in. That's the thing, that the Orcs have intentionally kept in reserve, and the Romans have archers which are doing a lot of damage over time, so it does suggest we're in the long game. Ooh, God, the Romans are coming back here. Holy moly, I didn't realise. I was like, yeah, just look at the flank, but nope, there's another like 2-3 more lines that got longer and longer. Is this a Roman breakthrough? Oh, well, it's being matched again by another branch. Reforming, but... This ain't no small amount of Romans. They have actually... I mean, the other side was kind of petering out, but this is definitely interesting. But they are being refilled from here slowly, so... as this goes on, I don't know. Let's go auto cinematic. So I can nip solo and you can enjoy the... how long this is going to be. Right, I am back from my break. I've grabbed another drink. What are these? Are these Roman archers? What did they? Have they? So have they gone on guard and decided to fall back to here? Um, Cowards? Guard position. Huh. I mean, you can turn the RTS mode. There's still Romans here. Probably a little bit more quicker movement, actually. Hmm. This blood bowl is still a bowl of blood. The question is, which side do I almost want the Romans to win. I know they've technically killed about... we're getting close to 4 mil as we go along. Oh my god, look at this. Literal tiny basin of blood, but the lines are still going in. Could we do a little troll? What if we just casually, I don't know, told the army to flank? I mean, I only took the back lines off. I mean, it's a lot of Romans going around now. I didn't even see that. They're climbing over one of the original, probably the first clash lines. It's like a geographical. More of the reinforcements are actually being pulled away. This could have been a good or bad move, I'm not quite sure. This also means that it's still on guard, unfortunately, so... I sent them to guard, but this also means I've actually probably saved them, because all the orcs are now piling in here and they're not being flanked as easily. Just created another... I've just extended the lines. That branches are so cool. Best to go off my RTS powers though, because I've technically helped the Romans, but it could have also been a mistake. This potentially was a mistake, or I've helped the Romans a lot here, I don't know. That's a lot of AI. I think some of the townsfolk from the city of... that's another million orcs, so... Piling in and piling through. I mean, is this helping the orcs? Is this a real bottleneck a good thing, or... I mean, it's only 200,000 difference in kills, but there's a lot more in remaining troops. Do the Romans need more help? I don't know. Though it is quite interesting, I've truly extended the line a bit. That's a lot of orcs piling in. How's the other side doing? The side I haven't messed with at all. I mean, it's still... We're getting lakes out of this. I mean, this is a terrifying one. I mean, they are practically drowning within it. I mean, there's meant to be a street here, but there's just a pile of orcs. Holy moly of God, this is connected. It's wide. It may not be as deep as the other ones are, but it does suggest something actually, because you can see the original lines. Have the Romans been failing here? Oh my God, I didn't realise how far they've actually been pushed back. Because that's an original line. Is this where the archers were? I know I lost them originally, but this must have been when the original larger archer group that fell were. There's a few archers still back here, so plausible. Back up to this rock here. I mean, I don't know. The edges, I said that they appear to be winning for the Romans. Somehow, oh my God, look at this. It's like a wall foundation of bodies. I'm not mauling this side, I'm going to leave this side alone, but... Oh, just look at it. I scratched my chin now, it's itchy. Get on it. Anyway. Blood for the blood god. Skulls for this. Okay, stop it, James. Don't go all Cornites. It's a nice mixture of bodies, that's the scary thing. Seems the Romans have pushed a little bit too hard here. The thing is, though, the idea is the Romans get reinforcements quicker, but the Orcs still have to get filtered through this big city. The problem is, time has gone on long enough where they basically have, excluding some odds and sods here, they've got through pretty well. The main forces, well, it's at least a hill now they've created. I mean, the Orcs on this side are oh my God, this is deep. My God, it is just blood pouring. I really give it to the Orcs, especially this middle point. They do feel more like a sea, but they do quickly die off when he gets to the edges. Now the question is, has my my Roman counterflank manual input done him in? I mean, Romans are still coming out to fill out this gap. I mean, there's a butt ton of orcs here. I mean, they stopped filling for that large bit, they've gone back to the manual. Can I RTS it? That is the question. I'm gonna send this pile in. It's a random orc push here. Go, 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 go. Send in the Romans. Fill in the patch. But once again, lines are getting thin. So the aggressiveness of the Roman tactics here may be not worth as much if they can't fill in. While I'm micromanaging this side, I might as well micromanage a little bit and keep this line from being cut off, because that's a lot of orcs to... The question is there enough Romans here to keep this line from expanding any further? I mean, because, well, like I said, it has shifted in the Orcs' favour, more or less, across the line. But I mean, there's dips here. It's been quite a stale front, really. And the archers are still going, somehow they're still alive. Yeah, they don't remember the kills, do they? Shame. I thought they were going to tell me how many kills they had. Ow, it's your back then. Oh, Pisidia for so long I'm getting aches and pains. I mean, the Orcs might actually get fish some of these archers soon. Unfortunately, I honestly don't know who's going to win. It is still in that area where there's, I mean, it's 300,000 now, bodies, kills the difference, and there's still 100, few hundred thousand. The problem is the archers are getting a little bit pressed. I mean, I'm surprised they're still alive from the first instance, but the fact is that they've probably been doing quite well as an assist. Oh my god, what is this happening? Is this a natural breakthrough of lines? There's 2 breakthroughs. Here and here. Another one around here. This line is technically... Is this the first? This where the front lines are actually shortened? Considerably. I mean, the other side was more of a flank, but this means potentially it's shortened. If we crest this hill with the Roman army, or what's on the leftist part here, I mean, we're cresting. Do you want to help? Do I get involved? I'm getting involved. I'm sorry. Just enough to hopefully do what I want to do. Come on, Rome. Up I can. No, kind of retreading ground here almost. Come on, finish the encirclement. Hoi for it! I mean... I know I've helped a little bit here. I wasn't meant to, but then I saw it and thought I have to. And now they're free. Oh my god, they're free. And the army marches on. It is. They have crested the hill. They've seriously shortened this front line down. Slightly. And they had another break. Oh my god, I got a high fire again. High fire encirclements. The orcs are actually breaking in this line a little bit, but there is a lot of orcs that can do it. But honestly, they're that far away from the city. The refills aren't as bad as the other side is. This is a lot further, so this could be a winning deciding side. Oh my god, they've... I'm not getting involved because I don't really have to. They kind of done what I wanted them to. But this might not... I think it's probably the last breakthrough because this is getting quite close to the other side now. Because they might reform the battle lines here, to be fair. It's not a full encirclement again, but... it ain't no joke. That's a lot of orcs being killed, encircled. I mean, it could go again here, really. Like, that's quite a fair bit of distance they've unencircled. So on the line, I think this is technically an orc breakthrough point here. That's staled off. I mean, fair amount of blood. That's quite a... Jesus Christ, it's bloody late now. Quite still front. Big reinforcement line here. The question is, who's going to be cut in two first? Or who's going to be surrounded who? It's like... the grand strategy for this is interesting. Oh my god, the Romans are actually going thin here. This is where the archers are going to get butchered. There's quite a lot of archers remaining. There's a lot of Roman bodies though. Is there a pile of blood in the pile of blood? Oh my god. I'm surprised how much... I mean, they're still climbing through. Still a lot of Romans. I mean, the archers are slightly backpedaling. There's a lot of damage coming in from some of these guys getting drowned in the blood, I think. Or splashing around at least. It's also quite thin Roman lines, really. Even more archers. At least in the original archers, I forgot about that if I found in the back lines. And they're just here along with the more Roman ones. There must be quite a lot of Roman archers surviving because I didn't realise how much they backpedaled with the AI. Has it actually worked like an actual army for once? I mean, the difference is 30,000 kills. And remaining is still quite a gap, so... I don't know. The Orcs might have it. It may just be the, unfortunately, the attrition. I say it was 100,000, 300,000 actually, so it's actually gone up, I think, by the account. But the Orcs, I think, might... Oh no, we've had an Orc breakthrough. Oh Jesus Christ, we've had an Orc breakthrough. This ain't good. Oh, this ain't good at all. We've had a serious mistake here by the Romans. That's a complete I don't think even I can do anything here. I mean, you can see the original battle lines, how much it's moved here, which is immense, mind you. I can send that. This entire flank. I mean, we're encircling. Well, not really circle, kind of encircling each other, section of orcs. Has my meddling helped? I do not know. It's such a mixed pile, though. The orcs might have had it this flank. They might have won this flank. Jesus Christ. I tried to help. I don't think I can actually send any more. It's like, what do I do? Do I just... Do I just tell the Romans to be really goddamn aggressive? And hope they win this front? I mean, there's a mini lake here. Let this be a stalemate by itself. Let the Romans have another breakthrough. Send absolute thousands across from here. Try and tighten off this breakthrough. I mean, this has held the line. This is a serious enclave. But I did send many around this way when I did the order. So it could be on me. God damn. I can't tell if this is a good thing or a bad thing. Because the orcs are just piling in. I don't know if I want to sacrifice any of the fronts. Has my over-aggressiveness killed off this entire flank? There's not random legions of Romans lying around here, is there, so... It's another breakthrough here, oh god no. This entire flank may be gone. It is a 500,000 difference remaining. And the difference between kills is only back to... It's still 400,000-ish. I can't believe this is still bloody going this. That's the thing. Is this going to be the flank that's going to come around and save the enemy team? I do not know. So this big encirclement. Problem is the other side's been reinforced. The other flank has got orc reinforcements, but this is just counter circling and... I mean, Jesus Christ, this body pile. Thank God I've got no issues with blood sponsors or anything like that. Well, blood sponsors, sponsors for blood. It's like, yeah, sorry, we don't want advertising. Nope, we're fine. I'm not looking for that. Because this is an image. What does war mean? This. I mean, the counter circled is now reforming the line. So these guys are actually encircled. And when this entire section is free, well, we're gonna have to try and counter that now, aren't they? Two Orcs remaining, no Orcs remaining, and this entire line is now free to do the encirclement again and again. That's the thing. This side's doing quite well. There's still quite a lot of Orcs and a lot of Romans. It is a bag of mix. Oh my god. They're like nipple high in water. I say water, blood. If Khorne is a happy man. Because blood for the blood god. Skulls for the skull throne. Because it is flowing. I mean, surprisingly, this is still holding. Is it the archers just absolutely clutching up? I mean, I don't see as many Roman shields here. And oh my god, this is still... The fact there's bodies in there that people used to walk. The fact the bodies are building a path for the Orcs. It's like, no, we won't walk here, it's too deep. But we'll walk here because it's a slight thin path. And the archers... I mean, there's still any Romans back. I mean, I did the random drag thing. I've grabbed randomly too many art. It's just random armies of people. Might have messed around with here again, but there is just blood fields. Oh god, these are Orcs. I thought this was Roman. I forgot about this side again. Oh my god. Oh. I mean, this used to be the old front line, and as you can see, oh, it's branched off, but this is the end of these guys. Should I have retreated them? Can I? Likely not anymore. There's nowhere to run for them as a whole, because it's losing here. I mean, there is a body of them, but if I tell them to run this way, they're gonna just aggro it out. So I salute you, my fellow braves, but you're building yourself your own encirclement here. I mean, this is mad. Oh crap! I just caused it. Minimized it. Oh god, the Romans are coming over here. So what I want to happen on the other flank is happening here to the Romans. The last stand of this unit here is mad. I mean, I could probably get some of these guys. Yeah, that's all I'm going to do. It's too thin elsewhere. It's been massively reinforced from this angle. This angle's also being reinforced. That's as much time I'm going to buy you. But you're losing the middle. These boys are well gone. But more and more of this front line's been uncovered. And the sheer, I mean, the height and the width of it is mad. The blood pool going past. And it's a Roman branch here. I mean, this front line is collapsing. And it ain't looking good, but it's one of them. Still quite a lot of people here. But the archers are going mad over here. Is this a collapse hit? I can't tell. Oh god, there's the archers being mulched. This may. I did say this feels like it will be an orc victory. I may not want it. I may not believe it. But the orcs may. As soon as it gets the archers, start killing some of the archers out. They are a bit squishier. I mean, this is probably doing some damage to the Roman lines. This is really big. Are they ever drowning here? I mean, what's with all the dead? Please tell me they've not been drowning in this. How many? Unless they've pushed. I can't. They haven't. I don't know. Unless it's body sliding. I mean, the orcs are slightly pushing. Jesus Christ. This is almost a breakthrough, but there's a lot of Romans. Oh god. Thankfully this is quite thin. Do they take damage in the water? It's just like running effects. Oh my god, there's been a breakthrough. Oh, this is how up onto the other side. Oh, this may be the signal of the end. Perhaps the Roman counterflanks are quite costly than they realised. But I don't think I can spare any more units doing that. I mean, there's not a lot of orcs here, but this ain't looking good. This really ain't looking good. Oh no. It's an army here. That is an opening. I don't want to say it, but I think we're looking at the slow loss of the Roman army here. In its entirety. I mean, the kill difference is definitely 300,000 still. Hasn't changed. But once again, we're looking at, well, 400,000 remaining difference. There's another breach here. Is this like Jesus Christ? Go. For Rome. Go. Oh, and he's just been absolutely murdered. There's still a trickle of shieldmen coming through. The archers are still somehow alive. I mean, they're slightly holding this hill. But, oh, this section, it's been cut off here. So this entire section has now been compromised to the flanks. Oh no. I do believe the Roman army may be losing slightly. Only slightly. I mean, they're all gonna almost break through here. I mean, it's almost like they're drowning here. You know, it's like just gonna be another split. Ooh, this isn't Roman. This is the Orcs. Oh. Yeah, this entire flank is now collapsed on this side. And these are Orcs. Do not break through here, filling in this part. Ain't looking. I mean, if they get break through here, this is another isolated section of this entire army, which is being which is being encircled twice over. It's like it's one of them. Retreating is a bad idea. Defending is a bad idea. Attacking is a bad idea. But holding is also a good and bad idea. You can't really like all these forces are committed. I mean, the absolute legion of archers are somehow still alive here. Still doing archer things and killing a lot of things. I mean, this Lake Blood has still been being Lake Blood. I mean, the archers have got one pretty mean one on this side as well. There's no people in there. The Orcs are still coming around. Even in LCS mode, I'm going underwater and seeing how much blood there are. Oh my god. It being in counter. Oh no. There's not enough Romans left to hold off, is there? The archers are literally being isolated and butchered. And another breakthrough. Oh my. Has the Roman lines completely. Oh. Breach, breach, breach. Okay, center's gone. Center's finally collapsed. The right flank is also getting sizably butchered. Go back and look at this side. Yeah, they've. It's not a double encirclement now, but it's one big encirclement that they're holding off. And as I said, center's literally a bloodbath. As the Orcs compiling in, I mean, the Centurions are finally getting some reinforcements coming through for the Roman actual ground forces. So the Archers may survive a bit longer. Quite a lot's died. And this entire front's going to collapse now because the Romans are being counterflanked and the Archers have backpedaled enough, so pretty nasty. I mean, water's the loudest thing now, the fighting's quiet. I mean, this Orc bulge is still here. As the Orcs are like still waist deep in blood here. Another one here. This is them pushing ankle deep. But the Romans are deep. That looks like water, but it is blood. Mate, it's still holding out here. And oh, this is the counter flank from the Orcs. And this is still going on. Oh my god, there is a the Orcs are slightly encircling. There is still the last part of this right Roman army. The left flank's gone. The right flank is being currently encircled. But there's still quite a lot of Orcs tied down here, really. question is it worth it? That's gone. I mean, this is looking like the flanks again, with miniature breakthroughs and counter holds. I mean, this is a strange spear attack coming through, as it's slowly punctured in the valley. I mean, this one's more of a bolder one. And the front's kind of stabilised after that, until you get to like over here again, where it's kind of wavered a bit on the terrain. Oh god, this is the road. The road's here apparently. Apparently that's a road. Oh god, the war in the absolute mad blood pools of fighting. Would you even bleed out? Because there's enough blood around you to not float. But this is a lot of land lost. Because they used to be fighting over here. There's a lot of Orc bodies. There's a lot of Romans here. So this is just showing how badly they've been pushed back from here to here. And units are being pulled from this direction to cover this direction. Oh no. Which means this entire flank, which I was kind of hoping it was going to be self-reliant. Oh, there's another... Because of the water. Oh god, they've been cut off. They're going to fold in again. Still 300,000 kill difference. So 800,000 to 1,300,000. Oh my god, we're coming to the end of this finally. And the Romans are, well, there's a 500,000 difference in survivors to a 300,000 kill difference. Try as they might, I think the counter bleed is still a touch too high. And the last grips of this army, back to back, side to side, just absolutely nowhere to hold. Getting crumped. And then whatever's left here, they've got bloody units in this water. I mean, this whole gap here, as they fight literally in the blood, up to their shoulders, practically. This unit here trying to stop the counter off like the pools, creating some sort of barrier to create space. But this unit's been countered around. I think it's going to get cut off. Oh no. Looking at the end of this front. Ooh, this is this army that were the archers, and it is. I mean, look at all these archers here. They've backpedaled so much, but the actual ground units are being absolutely cut off. I mean, it's still a lot of archers. I mean, this is a really big. I mean, how far can they backpedal? I mean, they are killing quite a few, but the entire army was not designed to backpedal. With charging Orc units faster than they can backpedal. It's practically tidal now, this. I mean, some of the Romans from the city are diverting and going through. I mean, there's still an absolute boat ton of Romans here. It's just this entire flank here is like evaporated. I mean, they're practically drowning here. And oh my god, this entire army of Romans is coming sliding in, trying to see what's left of these archers. Oh my god. It is just absolutely mad. I think so these archers could actually, like, how many times have they done this? Some of these archers have done this same maneuver of this backpedaling. But unfortunately now, this is really a lot of archers. I mean, the field is strewn with them. They may be getting a few kills in, like these lot. Here comes more Romans from this side. May not be enough. Oh my god, the bulk's still here. And this Roman army. Oh god, they're being pulled away to counter this flank. Oh no. I mean, the Roman army's practically pushing with all these archers, but the Reliance have thinned out. There's been breakthroughs. Oh god, this entire frontal arm is going to be getting cut off here. Oh dear lord. It's another cut off and encirclement. Let's check at this end. I've not checked the other end now, but this is still slightly feeding, slightly holding. Being pushed back. I mean, we were there before, so we've been pushed back a fair bit. An entire army's moving this way, try and counter this. The archers are once again biting their skin in their teeth, holding off. Though I think they've pretty much been gutted. If there's any alive, there's not many left. How's this flank me doing? I haven't checked this in a little bit, it feels like. That's still pushing. That's still pushing into this bulge. And, ooh. It's a third distance they fall back to. And the Orcs are seriously pushing in here, but actually Romans have got enough numbers to counter, but unfortunately they might get surrounded because this is a large Orc hold. Well, a large hole for the Orcs, and it's held by the Orcs. Barely by the Romans, keeping some of it slowed down. Buying time. I mean, do I want to put more... We're going to risk it for the micromanage. This is a lot of Romans. I may not care about the flank, but this middle bit is it is an issue. It is something that needs to be fixed. Because unfortunately, this is what's losing us that front. It's how far the Orcs are pushed. I mean, they've gone past this point. They're no longer here. There's still bodies here, but you can see what's in the blood flowing literally miles. But this is the scary part. There's been Roman Orc bodies piled here. I mean, this is where they clashed originally. This is, oh my god, you can actually see some of the starting walls. They're mountains practically. It's also showing how much the archers are actually holding, because they're saying this is the first clash point and it's still holding. I know the numbers of casualties are fairly impressive. There's like a river in here. Blood, oh my gosh. It is almost unfathomable what's happening. Unfathomable? Why is having a word? Have I just butchered a word? I think I have. Oh, this is not going to go on this side now. To think this entire flank all the way that way is gone. The last remaining Orcs are just running around to bring in the encirclement. to a close. The fact it's gone on for almost 2 hours. I did think about the fact 25 minutes, a million dead. I mean, last showing check, Romans 28. Sorry, not 20, 80,000. Oh, sorry, 800,000. We're at 600,000 now. There's still a million orcs left. A 300,000 difference of kills. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be enough. Because more men get pulled away from the reinforcing the front. The front will collapse. I mean, this archer bulk here has really helped save this line, but it's also caused it to push out. Which also means it's got thinner, which means this happens. And unfortunately, while there's some Romans to save them, another good chunk of these archers are going to die. How badly this part of the Roman army has been cut off. I can see defeat in detail here. I mean, these two bits have almost connected. If it's not for this literal dam of bodies. I've actually got almost to the city. It's how bad it's getting. All this side's getting encircled. And we can clearly see the original mountain pile here. I'm fairly sure this is like first engagement as well, so. How literally bad it's going for the Romans. I mean, there's still a large army here. The main bulk is still there. Round here is still bad. This is not holding. The Orcs have gone thin. The Romans have stayed quite bulky. I mean, this is my actual counter move. Has probably stabilised this front quite a bit. Slowly bleeding off, buying time. Just about. Still plenty of Romans dying there. Like it's blue and red there. Some of these blood piles, it is mad. Has the left side of the army gone yet? Or I mean, there's a middle army now. There's a middle army here. That's kind of connected here. So we've got the far left right army died. We've got the left and slash middle army left. The left middle army, which is kind of connected loosely, because there's enough bloody water in the way to stop it being outer flanked. But it is kind of dying. You come this way, you've got the left army middle. I know the far left army is kind of broken, but it's breaking apart here. We're going to lose a lot more Romans here, unfortunately. The fact that we were all the way over there originally, and it's been cut down to this. Imagine if people actually died in this in one area, realistically. Millions in one spot. With all this blood. All these bodies in one place. I wonder what the ecological damage or effects would be. Like, would fungus grow rapidly, or you know? It's absolutely mad. This is probably the best, well, holds, because, well, if we don't break too much, but we are collapsing, and this Roman army, the rear left Roman army is being surrounded slightly. cut off from the left Roman army, which is holding its main front line to the last man. Literally dying on a hill. I mean, it's creating bloody valleys now, it's not getting that bad. The encirclements are slowly happening here, but I think it's going to break apart twice and then encircled. It's going to break here. It's going to flank around here, might break here as well. There's just nothing here. So these two lines are just going to get slightly mulched. More men come pulling away from this big lump. Pulling away from here. I mean, are they holding or pushing here? I can't quite tell. I mean, there's bodies. I mean, the archers are still fighting. They're getting meleeed here a bit. They're being cut down a bit more. Is this another separated part of the army? It is. Jeez. So this is definitely the left main army, or it was left because it's still got archers. It's what's middle army, I think. Technically, is this like good archers? It's got some. It's being encircled by it's being encircled by itself here. It's cut off here. I know that's quite interesting over there, but we have to double check on this side of the army. I mean, this side has definitely been better for the Romans somehow. Oh my god, the actual frost into here is actually tapered out, and the Romans might get to encircle the Orc army slightly here. I mean, they haven't got enough troops to really do anything, because it's still being counter-flanked here. Slowly pushed back. I mean, was it here originally? It's been pushed back to... I don't know. This section of the Roman army has been... it's like a battalion left. Cut off. Isolated, being encircled. Slowly here to be cut off. Well, these boys tried the best. Oh, never mind, it's a burst here, so it's now splitting twice. They could have reformed us if some of these boys had good better AI to reform this. Or at least pull back a bit. But I think they're gonna die in the melee. I mean, it's an interesting line. It's like veins. I mean, oh god, I didn't realise there's still people. I mean, I say still people. They're dying. They burst through here. This is this new line. So I did say they're gonna thrust forward and maybe get through, but they're not, because this entire army is going around to sweep. Let's check on this side, because this side is probably what you consider marching. I mean, some of these pockets are still alive. I mean, surprisingly. I mean, I know it is being encircled and pushed back a fair bit. Like, you can see it in waves as they're chewed down. Still plenty of archers though. Somehow not dying too horrendously in the melee. Pretty bad though. I mean, I'm surprised it's still here. So that's its beginning. But that is looking like the end. I mean, this entire army's encircled. It's how bad it is. It is completely... I mean, somebody's going to die by drowning in this. I mean, the archers are probably the best place they have. They're kind of... I mean, they've slightly got a defensive melee while they're faulting. They're kind of not, being backed up into this. I mean, I can't tell. Is this the original front line here? It is. So this is the original front line ish. I mean, it's probably pushed forward a bit, but they're dying somewhere near the front. I mean, the entire landscape is just slightly different from it was at first. So these archers are backpedaling and trying to survive. I think many's been killed. I mean, there's still quite a few left, but oh god, this has been circled. So you've got like this back line, rear guard holding, and you've got the main front line still holding. Oh my god, the entire front is roaming around. This is a proper encirclement. This is mad. There is not even a single hope, even if they could, like magically reform and have like a charge through somewhere, do anything. They've got enough liquid to the back, so they can't move. Got enough orcs around this side, slowly crumping in. It is just time until that collapses. I mean, the orcs are just running wild here. They're coming around, meeting around. They're going to encircle this line, which is formed and kind of unencircled. This line's been butchered, so that means this is coming around now. And oh, it is currently the right side army which is surviving. The left side is, well, I didn't think this was middle. So the left side army is basically dead. I mean, this is what half this came from this side anyway. So I think the left side army is in its death throes now. This is all that remains from the original front line. This is it. This is the entire left side flank. I mean, they've butchered down below a million. There's only 900,000 remaining. With a 300 kill difference, there may be 300 surviving orcs at the end of this if it's still equal. But how quickly they are collapsing. Oh, so the archer's gonna survive. How are these boys survived? Some of these boys have been. Every archer, I'm fairly sure, was literally at the was the scouting force of the front army. The fact they survived pulling this shite off. But this is the end. I've realised the shadow's been upsetting the bloody ring camera. I'm expecting something today. At this time almost. Oh my god. This is bad. Left side army. Archers and all. Some of these boys have been here fighting for 2 hours straight. Getting kills for 2 hours. And I think we'll leave on the note of the dead. No point watching that. We'll know when they're dead when that entire section comes running this way. The orcs are surrounding this isolated group. The water doing its best to try and save some men. I mean, the road's flooding itself. Oh god, this is a. Oh, some orcs have got around and ran, pulling away a good chunk of army here. There's a lot of men here still alive. I mean, the right side has definitely behaved itself. But, like the left, it's the same old story. The Romans can only keep holding well for so long. Mind you, it's a mighty impressive feat saying you have no real archers on this side. But yeah, this is going to run into the back of these. It's going to thin this line. And never mind, they're not going to get a chance to return around. They're just going to be encircled and died. Oh my god, this is a bit sad. I mean, for the orcs, it's quite thin lines, really. I mean, there's a lot of Romans here. If they could kill through and get through this entire section, the orc army could be encircled. Like I said, it's still potentially here, but after this point, it's no longer a Roman army. It's an Orc army. Oh my god, what the hell's this pocket? And like I said, as you can tell, the left side's dead. There's nothing. Oh my god, this is city fighting now. I thought the entire point of this was going to avoid city fighting. Oh no. And this is going to help the Romans though. They're good at holding because clearly they've held for this long. Can this front line hold? I mean, probably there's a lot of Orcs here as well. They have to fight the entire left flank side of Orcs, and while the centre, which is this, I think, is still got. Oh. Do I want to help this army? I don't know. I think I want to just leave this block alone. I mean, they've. It's holding. That's all I can say. No, the Orcs have slightly got in smart here. And city fighting is kind of helping. Not exactly being smart about it, but more's being pulled away. The Orcs are surrounding this front. There's a lot of Romans here. I'm not too worried. There's still hundreds of thousands. It's one of them. And I mean, it's still a big kill difference. I mean, technically, it's only 2,000, 200,000 kill difference now. Unfortunately, I think it has slowed down for the Romans, which might not be a good thing. So the archers were slightly punching above the weight for the remaining Roman army. No, it actually still might be 300,000 to be fair. Roughly. But I think it's slipping a bit because we are potentially losing this entire flank. Oh my god. I mean, it's this like ant colony vein like fashion of. Still an order point here. There's the entire Orc army is created like 3 encirclements here. Almost. They're dead. They're dead. These are all dead, pretty much. I mean, there's like a counter pocket here coming on. I mean, it's a great lake. Oh, pretty much. I mean, the Orcs try as they might. I mean, this entire pocket's isolated, but it's when it's cutting off yourself. Oh. But we're pulling many Romans away to. And as the city flows with blood. While the Romans are good at. They got a shield, I guess. They're probably good at the fence. Will this save them? This is the question. There's pockets that can hold. As the entire Orc army slowly encircles this whole city, so. I kind of had the scouting force here to defend this, but it seems at this point no one's gonna quite care. The problem is our reinforcements are being funneled through as much as the enemy's reinforcements are being funneled through, but they've got a few more entry points. Which means, oh, actually, I just realised something quite scary. Okay, they're not surrounded here too badly. Too badly, should we say? I'm just looking at my phone still. But like I said, it's kind of one of them. Just looking at it, it is. You can actually see the waves of where the previous lines have been holding, and surprised it's still here. To be fair, because this is getting a little thinner. That's a lot of men, but that's a lot of orcs. This is probably a smart play, but this is getting actually turning into one hell of an encirclement. Because, well, but I think the Romans have got enough numbers to kind of keep it a front line instead of an encirclement. But yeah, I can't pull back the entire army. I can't tell it to retreat. It's one of them where, well, they're gonna break through here. They're gonna break through there. They're gonna break through here. The street fighting has potentially bought us time and slowed down some of the orc, but in open field, it is just dragging more and more units this way. We've got enough of them here, to be fair. I mean, the orcs are getting fairly thin here, and Moro's being pulled back. This entire thing's happening. The entire settlement's over here is dead. Oh god. Just slowly being weaned of men. I mean, as this short line gets, the front line gets shorter, it's easier to watch it. I mean, the fact that all this is orcs, and they are breaking through little bit by little bit. Oh, this is the bad part, because this is what's currently blocking this side. If they lose, oh, do I want to? I almost want to tell them to get there to hold that gap, but then you screw over these lot. I think it's just the end. I don't think there's any smart moves. I don't know if I've helped or worsened the Roman army's chance of winning this. You can blame the comments for worsening it, but it's been a tough battle. I did say I'm fully sure the Orcs would win, but if the Roman army actually holds the flanks, it could win and hold. But it's held them. It's lost one, and that's where the sides start crumbling in fairly quick. Because this side's still, I mean, it's lost a lot of ground, but it isn't exactly dead. I mean, it's almost dead. We're losing more men bleeding off this front line. I mean, the Orcs have paid dearly for it. I mean, we paid dearly for it as well, we as the Romans, because I'm technically playing as Team 1 because of my interference. The question is, do I just nuke this and just hope the Roman reinforcements can actually do something? Because the front line doesn't look too bad until you look at this section and realise a sheer number of Orcs. I mean, some might be drowning. Some might be running around this way, but there's literally a sea of Orcs. And they are currently surrounding this. And they've broken through here slightly. I was thought they were going to go through this way. They're not. They've just bust through manually. These poor boys here who have done a stellar job of holding this, being cut down. Some more reinforcements to try and hold them in. Oh, but this is a sea of Orcs, and this is getting surrounded. Oh, bye boys. Do a Roman salute, because they've done their best, and they're encircled. Well and good. Oh, and these boys are getting encircled because they've lost that. No. Two sets of Roman divisions being sealed. Oh god, come on. They're pulling some away from here. Pulling away some from here. The street fighting might have bought some time, but not at such a low cost. Oh god. The blood. It's everywhere. I mean, they are stalemating here a bit, but... And here. The main Roman army in the city is kind of holding off sections. I mean, how far is... Oh my god, this has turned to its entire front by itself. I didn't realize. I mean, impressive. Let's try this flank. I mean, it's holding, but that's an entire flank of orcs encircling around what's left of this right side. Oh god, there was the one of the earlier thrusts, and it broke. I think this is the second one, but it's more of a lake now. There's a lot of men here, so there's hope. But there's two breaking points is the issue here, and then there's this entire section of men. I think like the last 100,000's like here. This ain't looking good. I mean, this is looking alright, but if we reform the front line, it's a bit tight enough probably. This is keeping this tapped off. That's alright. This in here, which might break. I mean, this is also pretty... not brilliant. But the fact it's holding somewhat is kind of... that's buying us time. I mean, if this bloody meets this... The problem is, I could probably pull back all this, chuck it over there, but... I don't know if plays like that can... oh god, that's broke through here. This entire army's going to be cut off now. I mean, the last standing here as well. There's definitely a good 300,000 kill difference. I mean, Romans have killed 4 million. But they've got to kill 6 for every one of them. Their simple casualty rate and numbers, while quite even, 1-to-1 does not mean you win when you're outnumbered slightly. The archers may have hedged their bets a bit, but there's no more archers. And the Roman units are, well, they're holding in places. And that entire section's gone. All these orcs are now free to re-engage and reclose the gap. Which means this entire section is going to slowly bleed to death. Because it's also cut off here. Which means this is here. This front is slowly bleeding off. Just simply doesn't have the numbers anymore to keep this up. Make them do well, but I mean, the city fighting is going quite well. Not massively being encircled or dying out, which is nice. Fortunately, around here as just bleeding through, but there's enough men here. The fact it's gone down to these 3 streets, oh god. If one of these streets fall, it's all of them. And, well, the army's sort of relocated around here to hold this flank off. Jesus Christ, look at the sheer amount of bodies on this front. The original front line. Here's the original Roman square. You've got these mountains you remember originally where the Romans were fighting on top of. I mean, saying the front line was like originally here, it's still not moved that far. This hill has somehow kept itself holding strong. We're losing this. That's cut off. My only concern is I think the Orcs might get around this way. I mean, they're barely holding it here as well, so the Orcs could come around this way. This looks like a swarm of Orcs. Oh, this is a proper encirclement. Jesus Christ, there's a few thousand here. A few hundred at least. I don't know, did you count this a swamp? A bog? They're literally fighting in the pond. And the original front line is still fairly stiff, but it's unfortunately just the end, and then these guys are running up to attack this line, which is getting thin here, which means that'll break through there. I mean, as far as it's holding so well, let's kind of form something here. That's gone. How many last stands the Romans have done is absolutely insane. None will tell their stories. And that's all she wrote. And the numbers compiling in. More get pulled off here. So it's another major encirclement. It's already a breakthrough here. It's going to break through here though. There's a lot of blood here, to be fair. Men shuffle down the line. It's not much of a body pile. I mean, there is a fairly big body pile, mind you. It's still up here, but it's kind of gentled off and slowly pushed back. Like here, this is piled up more. Oh no, this is the encirclement complete here. Have they pushed this street yet? Oh, they're breaking now. Oh, I've got it just in time. I did say, if this breaks, there's some wrong with here. It's one of these streets you're gonna. Oh no, this side's also gone. This was where I was seriously worried about it, but it looks like it's broken through. Which means, unfortunately, they're boned. I mean, they can hold here a bit, but they're gonna get stabbed back and outflanked. They're gone. This Roman group doing its best, but another fairly large encirclement. Unfortunately, they're still at 300,000 kills ahead of the Orcs. Somehow. But that may be more of a permanent edge now. Or may start dropping because the amount of encirclements has probably lowered the rate. But they're gone. These lads are going. It's a pretty impressive back defense on them, but There's a freeway there. Just gonna be a C. I mean, they've done the best. Pretty impressive hold. Oh no, it is. It's the level walks. In the Roman line here. Will these two sides meet here? Oh god. Just one more front line to form up to hold. Don't tell me the Romans going to counterflank the Orcs. How will the Orcs run out of reinforcing numbers here? Oh, just the distance. But they're going to break through here. The fact is... Oh, the numbers are a big difference because it's currently 70,000 Romans remaining. This is 600,000. Oh. I think it is about 100,000 lost difference now in kills. 200,000, yeah. Okay, so the multiple encirclements, it is bleeding off that Roman kill edge. I mean, it was almost, I think it was like about 700,000 lead for the Orcs, roughly. But they had longer to travel, he had so much to do, no archers, melee units. Encirclements, encirclements. Oh, bloody hell. This is the end times, isn't it? Oh, look at this. That's another like set of legions coming out to meet them. Buying time, but in this entire section here, just being whittled down. In impressive numbers. It's like that's higher than this. Different water levels, like damn. You can see the body ripples on the defense lines. You can't say they tried. You're like... This is madness. As this is splitting wide. I mean, so look at this monster lake here. It's one of the biggest ones on the field. Unfortunately for these Romans, I think they literally are backing up into a pond. They can't cross. Is there still a fucking 300,000 different? How is there still a 300,000 different kill difference? I can't. It can't be that even. Okay. If the kill rates are that even, the archers really did just do 100,000 kills, and that's all they were worth. And they were the generals and the footmen, the first original. Because I mean, the tick counters the Philly even up there, but we are losing mass in a circle. Like it's one of them. In theory, they're losing more quicker with these flanks. Man, is this mad? I mean, the army could have retreated before. Now this is definitely stuck. This is proper. These sides are meeting almost. Well, this is gone now. I mean, they probably could make a break for it this way. But then you've condemned this side to it. Absolute bloody murder. The fact these body piles are still getting this high is absolutely insane. How is this front line still existing? How is this side still holding? I mean, this is clearly the breakthrough here. It's gonna be an isolation line here. Oh my god, this is just... This line's dead. It's coming down to this line. This side meeting up in a massive ass clash. This is being trimmed along here. It is intense. These poor sods are been circled. That's the end of them. I mean, do we want to know the end of this, the Roman army? Is this worth watching anymore? I mean, if you're still here, bravo, but... Jesus Christ, 2.5 hours. We're losing about 100 a second. So, another 20 minutes, maybe? I mean, the more Romans fighting per minute, the more they should be dying per minute, right? 100 per minute is pretty impressive. Both sides, mind you. The Romans seem to be dying quicker. Particularly because they're encircled. I should not fight so many millions against each other. It's fun to watch, fun to have. But tiring, oh god. It's absolute massive line. Surely interesting how it bulged out here and it broke and formed up. The fact how long this line is held. This rock. I mean, it's one hell of a circuit they're holding. We're at 12,000 left. Well, the Romans has clearly killed more Orcs. It is impressive just how many more Orcs they've killed. Doesn't mean there is actually more Orc bodies on the field than there are human. The Romans, well, yeah, the Romans are, well, falling rapidly. I mean, this line's really hell. Oh my god, there's a clash here. Oh. Yep. The sheer amount of orcs. It's almost like I don't know. It's almost like it is just like I don't know. I'm lost of words at this point. More another orc breakthrough. More epic last stands in a literal pile of blood. I mean, wiggle around, wiggle around, wiggle around. It is the last clash of these two previously two Titanic forces. Like only one now. Jesus Christ, this is cruel. Dying back to back. As they are just barely holding a line. Crumbling more into dots and specks of 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is not victory. But look at that. Oh god, like and subscribe if you want to see more. Comment down below. Other than that, set off. If you're still here, Jesus Christ.